I remember every time a phone call came or a Twitter or something, or phone call to say, oh my God, look where they are now. But the very first time I had returned, and you always come with a hell of a lot of baggage, literally and figuratively, after a job, right? There's this whole unpacking of not only your suitcases, but your whole, where you've been and how to get back into society. And I was unpacking, and I had a little ladder because I had a little place in Echo Park, and I was trying to put everything back. And I got this weird tweet or call, I can't remember, or text. And it was a woman in Texas saying, hey, we're going to do this, and it's going to be a thing. And you don't know me, but it's going to be a very good thing, positive thing. And is there a way you can help us, give us your secrets about how you made the costume so we can be impactful? And I, being from Kentucky and a straight shooter, I was like, heck yeah. And I was like, oh, actually, I can't. It's illegal. Like, I'll get sued. It's all owned, by something else now. And so while it is my idea, I cannot help you, but I can't not help you. I must help you. And so I figured out a way to help give them ideas about how to do their own version. And there it was. It was like, I'm going to cry. It was stunning. It was literally not stunning just in the gorgeous way and beautiful way. It was like I was stunned into like paralysis mode, because it's not something you think about. You guys showed up here for work today to go through your list of what you have to accomplish so that you can edit it and fulfill your job, right? That's what I was doing in Canada for Hulu on a job I was hired to do for this budget with all of these people and everything that happens day to day. That's kind of mundane, to be honest with you. But the in-between that I inevitably brought from my own life, and that kind of psychological real glue and truth-telling in the design crept in. And I think it didn't happen on the first thing. And I knew it was big, but I was like a fighter. Like, I'm a prize fighter when it comes for women's rights. So I was thinking about that. I was like, yes, fucking finally, And oh my God, what will they think? Like, will they think, oh, it's just a TV show and these are just the costumes? And it kind of was building in many different ways, season 1, from that and real protest to fashion being like, hey, this is cool, let's do this, right? Like, so many collections, so many countries with different collections fashion-wise. And you can't help but see it because we're inspired. I just realized my dress looks like a weird Handmaid's dress with points that I'm wearing today. It's really fucked up. But anyway, I didn't think about that when I got it. I did see the correlation. Some of it was stupid, like people I won't name, who monetize everything, who made it into a Halloween costume. No, Or yes, because that's your prerogative and that's your freedom to utilize any inspiration any way that you want. Was I precious about it secretly? Yeah, I wanted it to be used for good, I guess, for a reason. You never want something you've done as a creator, as a writer, as a musician, as an artist, as a costume designer, as a filmmaker to be the butt of a joke or to be stupid, right? You want it, in the end, we're all here because we're hoping to make a lasting image. And if we can't make a lasting image, then a lasting feeling of having lived a good life with lasting inspiration for others on earth. That's it. And so did it do that? I hope so, in my mind. And then before I got to season 2 and all through season 2, God bless Hulu, they gave me this platform to experience how that costume was affecting, and the show, first the show, it's a TV show, it's make-believe. It's a brilliant mirror to society from Margaret Atwood. And the combination of that travel to different parts of the country, meeting women from all walks of society, from different cultures, who would say to me, we would basically, I think, premiere an episode, and I would speak on it before or after. I don't know. It was like alchemy again. You know, I would have women coming up to me saying, thank you, because you gave voice to us. And I felt like a fraud. I'm like, no, I didn't. This is a costume from a TV show, and the story is amazing. And they were like, it's our story. And it was literally women from all over the world. And thank you to Bruce Miller and Hulu, because I ended up speaking, at the UN. Oh my God, I just got caught up in the memory of all these women and actually having my own coming out story of what happened to me. And I remember I landed in New Jersey. I mean, when you're on a job and you're in a season, especially in TV, your world and your time are not your own. And unless you really fight hard for it, which I never do, because I want to be drowned and I want to be imbued with this story in every aspect of my life until I'm done, right? And so often it was like having two jobs of traveling for Hulu, which was brilliant, but taxing, and being present and designing and doing everything strongly for season 2. But I remember I landed in New Jersey and I was like, oh, I should call my parents and let them know, because they weren't watching the show. They're not looking at all these things. I won't say what news they were watching, but it wasn't good. And, or it was their news that they needed to see. But I said, hey, I'm being asked to speak to the UN today. And, I hadn't really voiced everything to them that happened to me as a kid. I had once, after a glass of wine, and it was triggering for everybody in the family. And it's so interesting because, Asians don't speak readily, don't emote, and don't tell secrets. And, the white side of me, the American side, who knows, But my family wasn't a family that would say very much. And I just remember kind of being like at a loss for words in New Jersey and kind of saying, I don't want to embarrass the family. I don't want to tell secrets, but I'm in this place where I could help a lot of women, and it's kind of beyond me now. Like I feel it might be part of my responsibility. It's no joke. I don't take it lightly. And my mom didn't speak and I could read everything she wasn't saying. And my dad said so quietly, and I thank him because he's gone now. He said, you're a survivor, Anne. And no one says those words in my house because then we're alluding to stuff. And I was like, what? And he goes, you're a survivor. And so you kind of have to do what you need to do. And we hung up. I drove to the hotel across from the UN, and I just kind of rocked back and forth. Like, what is the truth of what I need to experience so that I feel like it wasn't just a job well done, but I am fulfilling whatever it is, God, Buddha, who knows, the ancestors, the angels have put me here to do. And okay, it's just a job. These are just costumes. I am someone who gets hired on this date and my expiration date is here. But what happens if it lives further past the expiration date? And what happens if you've been told to fill this vessel, and when it's full, you're done, but it doesn't have any walls, this vessel. It goes beyond. You kind of have to follow that or turn your back on it. And to me, turning your back on that is more painful because you would have always been saying to yourself at 200 when you finish working, what if I could have done something? What if I could have said something? Why am I here if this is bursting through the boundaries from the page and the script and the job at hand? There's got to be something else, some force. Every artist, many, I will say, to be truthful, me, I believe that inspiration doesn't just come from me. And I know that. And recently I've been following Rick Rubin, who I fucking adore, who has said it. And I'm like, God, that's how I felt the whole way. Like, it wasn't a lie. And I feel that way. Like, yes, we're hired for a job. Yes, we are paid for our intellect, our artistry, and our therapy skills with actors and directors and producers. But ultimately, one hopes at the end of the day to be a real empty vessel and a vehicle to which any divine inspiration, whatever you want to call it, is utilized to the best of our ability and beyond, because there's always more you can do. And I literally call it and call upon it in my life, because I don't want to leave pollution out there. I want to leave beauty and inspiration and thought-provoking ideology. I mean, call me an egoist, but that's what I want to do. And if I design a good costume here or there, cool. I did what I signed up to do.